Buckle up. This is Musicians and Beyond, where we bring you the backstage info on the life, lyrics, and long journeys of the music industry. Last episode, we had Andrew Lowenstein on, and he is a New England native from the South Shore down the Cape Way, and he plays all around. He told us some great stories, how him and one of his friends, actually in this town that we're recording from, were doing boy things in the woods, and they got lost and weren't able to find their way until the next morning, and they wrote a song about it, and it's pretty cool. So make sure you go back to Musicians and Beyond, our last episode, and find out what Andrew Lowenstein had to say. He was really entertaining. And a lot of my guests I've met because of a very special person in my life. Francois Samad, welcome.
Welcome, thank you.
It's our pleasure having you here. A lot of these guests that I've had, and they're tremendous, they're awesome, are because you do this thing called Seacoast Idol.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what Seacoast Idol is?
So Seacoast Idol, it's the kind of little sister of American Idol, that we kind of like took that template and did it here on the North Shore to give like a spotlight on the extreme talent that we have around, and to give them a platform to rise and to be seen. Yeah. It's
a great, you put it together fantastic.
Thank you.
And all of your guests and contestants are awesome. In today's guest, we met because she was on your show,
yep,
or whatever. And she was awesome. Eloise Shaw, welcome.
Well, not welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
This is awesome.
This is awesome.
And you were very surprised by this little guy coming.
This was a big surprise. Right. I came in and I was like, what is happening? But this is awesome.
I'm glad to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So I had met you, obviously, through the Seacoast Idol.
Yes.
And what was your take on the Seacoast Idol?
I mean, I'm going to get into that a little bit later, some of the connections that I've made. But it was really a special experience, not just people like you guys, the judges, and like people running the thing, but the musicians that were there too, the people I've met. That was my biggest takeaway. Like, so many connections, and I was so inspired. It was just, I highly encourage people to even just attend. You don't even have to like participate and become one of the contestants, just attend, and you just meet so many incredible people.
It is amazing. And Francois is going to be taking videos and of people who want to be part of it, because so many people try to get on it, and you can't have everybody. You start out with how many people do you start out with?
We have 15 people. We started already having some videos, and we didn't started really the promotion. We are more into the sponsorship right now for the next season, which will be July 22nd, starting July 22nd. We already had, I think I have already 3-4 people sending videos already for this year.
Wow.
It's handpicked, it's not, I always say it's not a karaoke competition. It's like songwriter and cover artists, but it's real talent, real soul. It's like authenticity. They're like real artists that we're trying to pick.
And you can be any age to join, right?
Doesn't matter at all.
And you were one of the youngest contestants, Eloise.
Yeah. I was a little intimidated at first, being so young and going in, but it was such a welcoming experience. And there were other contestants there too. There was another girl there, Vanna Pachella, I think was on previously. Yeah. She was even younger than me, and she just blew me away. So it was cool, because I got to see people my age, younger than me. So that felt empowering. And then I got to see people older than me who had so much more experience, and I was so inspired by them. So it was an awesome mix of both worlds.
Right. And you're 19 years old?
20. I was 19 when I did the Seacoast Idol, though.
You're 20 years old. You're still very young, and you're doing very well for yourself.
Thank you.
How did you originally start getting into music?
So, it's funny. So I have an aunt who's an opera singer, but I didn't really see her too much growing up. She lived a little bit farther away. But besides that, there's nobody really musical in my family. So my mom credits it to her listening to Zumba music when she would go to her Zumba classes when I was little. But I don't know about that. And I just kind of started singing musicals around the house when I was 6 years old. And then I started piano when I was 7. That did not last long, though. I think the music theory really caught up to me at 7 years old. And then when I was 11, I begged my parents for a guitar, and they were like, we're not gonna invest in this if this is, you know, something that you use for a year and then that's it. So we borrowed one from an employee of theirs, and I played it every day, and then they ended up buying me one a year later, and that was kind of that. I just started practicing and playing from then on. And then when I was 16, that was when I really started to, you know, play out at gigs, restaurants locally in Newburyport, which is where I'm from, Newburyport, Newbury area. And that was kind of the start of the whole playing out scene for me. And then I started recording my own music when I was 17.
Wow.
But yeah, and you know, I can talk about that a little bit. I have taken some music down because I think when you're starting that young, for me, you know, I don't have anyone in my family or anyone that, you know, really manages me besides myself right now. So, you know, you're navigating all those things. And it was definitely an interesting experience doing that so young and not knowing what you're doing. But I learned so much. I'm still learning so much. So anyways, I did that when I was 17. And then I kind of stopped for a couple of years, like 2 years. I went to college and then my senior year of high school. And I was so busy that finding time to actually go and record was really hard for me. And then this past summer, I started up again. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I've been recording and writing and, you know, doing all of that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's good to learn.
Yeah, and you can never stop. I mean, seriously.
You need to make mistakes. You need
Yeah.
to hit your nose on the walls, and it's so important. Like, it's Ed Sheeran. Like, I watch things like all the time on TV and documentaries, and he says like you don't learn anything from success.
Yeah.
Success comes with the failures that you learn from, and you go up and you stand up again, and you know you learn from it, so you get better and you don't do the same mistakes. And
Exactly.
yeah, it's essential, I think.
And you can never stop learning. There is so much.
Why would you? It's just like
Yeah.
the world's always changing, and new technology, new stuff. You're changing. You were 16, now you're 20. It's just like
Yeah.
the change in those
Yeah.
ages are like immense.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like not even musically, but just
Humanly.
socially, cognitively, like you're
Yeah.
just changing so much during those years. So, yeah, it's been interesting, but it's been amazing to like,
Gives you
go through
material
those
to write
changes.
about.
It does, yeah.
Right?
It does, yeah. And it's changed. You know, I think when I was 16, I was writing a lot more like love songs and stuff like that. And I still write those, but you know, the older I get, I find other emotions to write about. You know, you start uncovering new parts about yourself, and I just start embracing those more.
In all the songs that you write yourself, are they
do,
all about real experiences?
They are, yeah. I have, you know, I've attempted to write songs about, like, either stories or concepts or things I see of other people's lives that I've witnessed, but I don't know, it's not the same for me. I need to feel that, like, personal connection to a song. But, yeah, they are mainly personal.
Excellent.
There's nothing you can talk about more than what you feel, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's so amazing to see, you know, when I write these songs, sometimes like you think you're the only person with that emotion, and then I'll go and I'll perform a song. And this happened at the Seacoast Idol, actually. I played my song Fire Driven that I'll play today. And I remember after I played it, like this guy came up to me and he started like getting teary-eyed, and he was like, this song resonated with me so much. You know, my daughter has gone through these similar struggles, and those moments are like, wow, this is a personal feeling, but when you put it into a song, it really becomes a feeling for everybody.
It's not personal anymore.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's not. Sorry, it's personal, but not yours anymore. Only.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
why.
open to their interpretation, which I think is so incredible
just
to
like-
see.
You,
Yeah.
Don't you think that you can get caught in your own emotions saying like, that's too personal, you don't want to put it out, but sometimes you feel it necessary to put it out because
Yeah.
people have their own intake on it, their own version of what you said, but it touched them so deeply. And that's why you can't hold back, you know,
Yeah.
on stuff,
I
because
know.
you never know how deep and how many people you'll touch with something that seems so so just personal in your own or hometown or in your house or in your heart, but it touches like millions of people all of a sudden, you know?
I know. It's yeah, I think that's my favorite part about doing this. Like those small moments that you have with somebody where they express that how they interpret your song. It happened, I was playing at this writer's round in Connecticut 2 nights ago. It's called Country on Deck. And this guy came up to me at the end, and I wrote a song that I'll also play today called Narragansett. And it's about, you know, driving over the bridge from Newport to Narragansett. And he came up and he was like, oh my gosh, this like brought tears to my eyes. I know that bridge you're talking about. I know that feeling when you go over it. And I was like, whoa. Because like this wasn't a song that is meant to make somebody cry, but it's like, yeah, it's so amazing to see people connect to your work like that.
That's the magic.
It is
Yeah.
magic.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Music is magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you released a song recently, Today.
Yes, today. Yes.
Tell
I
us about
did.
that song, and then maybe you can
Yes.
play it for us.
So that song is that's the one I played at the Seacoast Idol that I think touched a lot of people from all the feedback I was hearing. I released that song in 2023 when I was 17, and I love the way I released it then, but like I said, I think when you're younger, like I'm just not exposed to the levels of production and musical ideas, and like my artistic self it's just not fully there yet. So this past summer, I played it at the Seacoast Idol, and I was listening back to the video of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I hear like this like alternative rock, not grungy, but like more indie upbeat vibe to it. And I spent the past couple months putting that into this song. But what the song's about, this is where it gets personal. So I went up to Thanksgiving when I was 17 to my aunt's house, and she struggled with substance addiction and then her mental health for a while. So when I was growing up, the person that I knew, she had a hard time communicating with other people. She was kind of dormant. And she brought me upstairs right before we ate, and she showed me this like piano that she pulled out from under her bed, and she was like, oh, I want you to take a look at this. And she started telling me how she used to be a jazz pianist in a band, and I had no idea that was in her past. And I was like just watching all this emotion pour out of her, and she looked like I could see this side of her that was fire driven, and that's the name of the song.
All right.
Yes.
Well, here's Eloise Shaw with Fire Driven. Be sure to check her out on all the social media, Eloise Shaw Music, and it's EloiseShawMusic.com.
Yes.
And you can find out where she's going to be. She's a great entertainer. So here she is, Eloise Shaw with Fire Driven.
In the version of this that I released today, it's fire driven, but the Shaw version. So be sure to do Shaw version. When your smile started rusting, in your eyes saw nothing, you fell down, you fell hard, you gave up on the beautiful parts of you. Under pills you're taking, stripped your laugh like a rating of your soul, rating of your hope, rating of the person you thought you once were. Please come home, please come back. You're running in circles, you're dying to crack and knock on the door of am I okay? The harder you fall down, the less of you stays. 'Cause you're fire driven and your mind's been slipping. You used to laugh, you used to cry, you used to feel all the ways of this life. Please come home, nobody else to pick you up when you're half asleep, to help you walk through your worst bad dreams, just your skin and your bones, the lack of control. But don't you remember when you were little, you were young on the run, learning to breathe, you let all your fears go, nothing was crazy. Now I feel like I'm talking to half of a soul, won't you listen to me? Please come home, please come back. You're running in circles, you die in the crack, and knock on the door of am I okay? The harder you fall down, the less of you stays, the less of you stays. Oh, you used to be brave, oh, the harder you fall down, the less of you stays, the less of you stays.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Eloise Shaw, Francois.
Thank you.
This young lady's amazing.
It's so deep. Since the first time I met her, this is what exactly that came to me. Just like there's a, I don't know. It's just like there's a sadness inside of you, but like I don't know. But I don't say you're a sad person, but you express that like in such a rawness, that authenticity. I think I was riding in my car. I know I'm not allowed to text and drive. But this is where I produce the most stuff, right? It's like, but it's just like there's three words that really that I can identify your personalities: authenticity, courage, and what is the other one that I had? Just gosh, can I cheat a little bit?
You can look.
Can
So
I cheat?
I'm going to interpret that for you. That's
Oh yeah, please, thank you. That's why we're both together.
Oui, oui.
and depth.
Depth.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
It's true.
That
Yeah, you're
means a
very
lot.
authentic when you're singing.
I really appreciate it.
And with the drug epidemic that's been going on, they're getting it under control a little bit, but that song must affect and touch a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's amazing, and you never know what someone is going on behind closed doors.
You really don't. And like I said at the Seacoast title, that really like highlighted it for me. The amount of people that were like, "Oh, you have no idea what this means to me," and I'm just like, "Yeah, you really don't know what someone's going through, or who they know, or anything like that." Yeah,
You're in a very powerful position as a musician.
yeah.
But that's why authenticity is so important, because the reach that you have on people's life won't never be as equal if you're not authentic,
Yeah.
right? That's why real musicians, it's not about the voice, the guitar, the musicianship. It is, but it's not. It's really the authenticity that hits like an arrow in the bullseye. Without saying, "Oh, I'm coming," you get surprised by those things, and that's what real music is. I think it's missing a lot on air right now in the world of music. I think it's missing a lot. There's more. I call them napkin songs. On the side of let's say this and just put I'm not a fan of that. I think music
totally
should
agree with
be
you.
something that you embody and represent who you are for real, and talks for itself.
I completely agree, especially with the whole AI epidemic
Yeah.
in music. It's a whole nother scary aspect that takes away from the authenticity. So
Yeah.
I get that.
But you can keep it as a tool, not as
For sure,
just
as a
an
tool.
object of creation that you
Yeah.
don't put any soul in it and it just come out.
I think AI is a great tool, but yeah, it's like, I think there was an artist that like got on like some chart recently, and it was like complete AI artist,
Yes.
and it's like that scares me.
There's like 300,000
Yeah.
listeners every
Yeah.
month for someone
Yeah.
that doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's insane. It's
true.
insane how that happens, but yeah,
Happens more than we think.
But there's nothing like live music.
no, nothing like that.
It gives people something to do. They go to a restaurant, a bar, or event, a venue. Francois played at my wedding, which
Oh,
he was
that's
the
awesome.
he
That
was
was a fun
the
time.
dude. You were like more important than I was that day. It was supposed to be about
No,
me.
you were not. Was not.
Look at it.
No, you look good.
All
Too. You look
right, all
good.
right, tell
we
me
have
more, tell
pictures
me more.
to prove it.
Ghibli's provided the
Ghibli's
suit
provided
for-
that. Yeah,
little-
yeah. Who's
little
a
thing.
sponsor on Idol too.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
Ghibli's
they
is
were
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
So as you look over to us two, do you
Yes.
feel as though you're at Idol with the judges table?
You know, a little. No, no, I'm kidding.
No.
It never felt. I mean, I was definitely nervous to have a judges table. I've never been like judged, but it was so respectful. It was such like a positive environment that there was really no need to ever be scared. No one was ever going to tear you apart. And I think the first day coming in, I didn't know what to expect. So part of me was like, oh my God, like, is it going to be like actually America's Got Talent where they get up there and people are, some of them will like Simon Cowell, they'll like rip on you
Yeah.
and just tell you like their opinion, but in a negative way. It was never like that.
Right.
And there was some really good like feedback that I got that was critiquing me that I really did appreciate.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time somebody was like, they in a nicer way. They didn't say it like this. I don't remember the exact words, but like, I wish you would let loose a little bit more and let your vocals, breathe a little bit more. And
Emancipate.
they appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because then you have something to
There's a
work
lot of
on.
constructive criticism that goes
That's the
along
goal.
with it.
That's why you
Yeah.
get it.
And as a musician, you know that you have to have thick skin
Oh my
because
gosh,
of criticism
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and the doors that close in your face and all that stuff.
Yeah. And I think especially starting so young, yeah, you got to be prepared for that, for sure.
But
yeah.
the good thing I think from the Seacoast Idol thing is just they are real people from the industry
Yeah.
that gives you advice. They're not critiques. There are really kind stuff that you can take in your pockets and believe in and
Yes.
saying like if they're saying this, they've seen it in you, so you can believe them. It's not like throwing just stuff like this
No.
just to impress or just like to destroy someone,
Yeah.
And they're really kind people, and our goal is to be like this, to highlight things that can be improved, and you can run with it for a while and just get better on it.
And they were, I mean, like you're saying, like it was all such like authentic feedback. It wasn't like, oh my God, you sounded like incredible. And like, no, like they really meant it. And
Yeah.
you know that they meant it. And, some of them I've followed up with a couple of the judges and like, they've been so helpful. Like they're just good people that just want to help. And I really appreciated that. It was such a good environment.
Just like you said, it's not only, even if you're there for one night or 5 nights,
Yeah.
the amount of thing is not only winning as the winner at the end or being on the finalist. It's just like the connection you get, the feedback you get, the pictures of the people that they can serve you through your career, because again, they're professionals and they will be there in 5 years.
Yeah.
So when you rise and you get better at what you do, you still have connection with those people that without it you might not have. So the price of the money is like, okay, $1,000 and videos and stuff. It's good, it's awesome, but it goes further than that.
Yeah, it's so much bigger than that.
Yeah.
I mean, so I met Zane Christopher, who I'm not sure if you've had him on.
I haven't had Zane on yet, but I have had
good.
quite a.
He's so good. We saw him.
I went
together
down in
at a
Nantucket.
cot.
I went down in
Yeah,
Nantucket
did
and saw
you?
him.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. He is so good. We saw him at the Cut.
At the Cut,
in
yeah.
November. Anyways, so I met him there, and like we started, I started to get to know him, and he introduced me to this guy that does a lot of his like mastering for his songs, and he also plays in his band. So you probably saw him. And we did too. Nick Fauza. He's either on guitar or drums. I think it depends on the night. But he was on
yeah.
lead guitar when we saw him.
Okay.
And he started helping me produce my work. So he actually helped produce Fire Driven. And yeah, I have to credit him a lot for helping me with that song and the level of profession that he brought to it and the artistic ideas. So, but anyways, like I'm saying, the connections that come out of that, I never would have had that connection. I don't even know if Fire Driven Shaw version would be here today if I hadn't gone to Seacoast Idol, met Zane Christopher and gotten these connections that lead you.
We met because of that too.
Yeah,
That's-
you
it's
just
as,
never
as
know.
much as me. It's only it's good for me, good for him, but good for the artist. But it's everyone gets a
Yeah.
little gift from it.
Yes, and you never know where it's going to lead you. I mean, I was
That's the beauty of it.
shocked. Yeah,
It's crazy.
Insane.
There's some high rollers on the judges table up there, some big
yeah.
names.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
that have toured the world multiple times.
Really.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, and then there's who is it? Pat Badger.
Yeah, from Extreme.
He's pretty insane.
Yeah, 10 million albums. Like he's going like on tour again this summer. Nuno just won a Grammy last week
Yeah, it's
on
crazy.
a performance with Ozzy Osbourne and just
Yeah.
with Youngblood and stuff. It's just like
It's
that's why
It
it's
is
real
crazy.
stuff. That's why I'm so proud of all this. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the people that comes out of it. 3 of them were on the New England Music Award nominated
Yeah.
and stuff. Just like we don't have the pretension to build any career, but I have the pretension and the love behind that to push in people's sails the wind that blows somewhere else that you wouldn't have before. And I really, and with so much respect and love and it's from a good place and intention. So this is what I'm really all about, you know.
And it is so true because it happened to me. It happened to me, and I feel like I've seen it happen to. I mean, I don't know about their experience, but like even Vanna Pacello that you had on here, you meet all these people, and then it just grows.
Yeah.
And it's still all my artists from Idol to bring them on the show.
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
That's the goal.
Hey,
We
they're good
complete
artists.
each other.
They're good
Wait
artists,
till I get
so-
the bill.
Oh, yeah, no,
Jesus.
exactly.
So, over the years that you've been
Yeah.
playing, Eloise, you've probably gotten advice. Everyone has advice to give. What has been the best advice that you've gotten and why?
Okay, this is kind of funny. So, Joe Curie, he lives in Newburyport, and he my mom ran into him one time, and she, she's not in the music industry or anything, so she's always asking people. She's like, "What should I tell my daughter? Like, what should I tell her to for advice musically?" And his advice, his one line that he told her was just keep playing, and I thought that was so important because there's been so many moments where starting this so young, you feel so doubtful sometimes, or like, oh my gosh, like this person's doing so much more than me, or why don't I understand how this works, or like just little things like that where I'm like, maybe I'm not meant for this. And it's like, no, just keep playing. So that really resonated with me. So
Simple
just keep
but
playing.
great advice.
Yeah, because it's so truthful.
Yeah,
Great advice.
No matter what,
often simple.
no matter what door you run into,
Yeah.
just keep going. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
I like it. I like it. And you know what I like?
What?
I like when Eloise plays us music.
Yeah. So you want another song?
I'd love it. My buddy over here. Eloise would love to hear you play another song. So
If I grab my pick.
Yeah.
we're going to have to get into this because I almost called you Eloise Kirkpatrick again.
Yeah,
so after
we'll get
this,
into that.
we're going to get into that.
do
But
it. Let's talk
Eloise
about
Shaw, make sure you follow her on all of your social media. Give our friend Francois Samar to follow also, and of course, Musicians and Beyond. Eloise?
So this next song is called Narragansett, and I wrote it this fall, and it's about loving someone that you can't always be with, and when you're not with them, you're thinking in the back of your mind, and for me at least, dreading the next time you're gonna have to say goodbye. And I got inspired to write it driving over the first of these 2 huge bridges you have to take to get from Newport to Rhode Island to Narragansett. I'm in school in Newport, that's why I was down there. But yeah, this is called Narragansett. Over the bridge to Narragansett, where you and I play tourist and just roam. Admiring the houses on shorelines that we have never gone to. And I crave you like the sea needs the salt in order to be whole. Can't you stay another hour? 'Cause I finally slowed down and lost control. You and I borrowed time, wake at dawn, say goodbye. You go home, back to alone, but I'm always with can't get enough of you. And maybe I romanticize too much too often all the time, but I can't help it. I love to lean in. You and I borrow time, wake at dawn, say goodbye. You go home, back to alone. I'm always with you. These weekends never last. Oh, I got a taste of everlast. Now we're riding on two trains. I pray we end up at the same place. Over the bridge to Narragansett, with one hand on the wheel and the other on mine. Hold me all my life, all my life.
Eloise Shaw. Another beautiful song, Narragansett.
Thank you.
It's a good one. It's a good
Thank
story
you.
that goes
It's a
along
new
with
one.
it too.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a real life situation.
That is driving over the bridge to Narragansett. It was like sunset. It was just like a beautiful moment, and I was reflecting on it later, and that song came out.
It's kind of cool what inspires you, huh?
Yeah.
Like Francois told me a few times how, when he's songwriting, how
Mm-hmm.
things just kind of pop up, or you wake up in the middle of the night, or whatever. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, car rides. I feel like on car rides I get like the most ideas,
That's why I said that.
which is crazy. Yeah, it's so true.
As long as there's no texting and driving.
I'll do. Yeah,
I never do that.
I really try not to. I'm like big about that. But I'll start like singing voice memos in the car, and like I'm like drumming on the steering wheel, like getting all these ideas going.
Yeah.
And
People
yeah.
are driving by you thinking you're on.
Oh, totally. They're like thinking I'm like insane, but
Do you take videos or just like you text you message to yourself and just like
Both, yeah.
doing beatboxing and stuff and singing like
no, like humming. Or sometimes I'll be like, if someone ever is in my notes app for some weird reason, you'll see like the name of a song, and then like I'll be like in the thing, I'll be like, okay, violins, like humming melodies, like just ideas that just flow out. I mean, you got to write it down somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to.
You might forget it if you don't.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, all the time.
You know what's good too, like about AI, that thing called
Yeah.
Sonos. You can hum something
Yeah.
on it, and you just do a humming, and it just again might not use that song, but at least it gives you a canvas that you see something, a bigger picture, but you don't lose the idea that you just picked up from the ether that came
Right.
in into your antenna that you just catch. That's what I think that the AI can be, fast something to make sure that you don't lose it. After that, you will work and put your personality on it.
Exactly.
But the antenna, you need to be quick, and you can't lose those songs because
Yeah.
somebody else might catch it.
I know. I always worry about that. Like, I don't know. Yeah. You never know.
We're a radio station. We're all podcast radio station, and we catch stuff, and this
But
is
not
the
as
way
good
I
as
see
Musicians and Beyond.
it. Not as good.
This is the top of the food
That's
chain.
exactly.
Because
you catch everything. Everybody
everything
end up
right there,
here.
like a sponge.
Exactly.
Like a sponge.
I have used that Suno. I've used it once. I used it on. Actually, I input this song. I was curious. I was like, you got to try these new things. You got to work with it at some point. You got to try it. I'm still against like complete AI artists though. I think it's terrifying. But
Yeah.
you're right. Like as a little crutch, it's certainly helpful. And I put this song into it just to like see like what would happen if I wrote down like a prompt for it. Like I want this, and I was like, oh my god, it's kind of insane
It's
what it
wild.
can produce.
It is wild.
It really blows my mind.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like a mix of scary and impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, but AI cannot go on stage and play guitar.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
It's like having six songwriter with you. Like if you're working with like whatever the big bands in the world, they're just like and they write songs with you, give you ideas. But I think you still need to go, polish it in your way, but that with the ideas that you might not have come with or whatever, that gives you some direction that you might have to think about. It's a tool. I don't think you create from scratch. It's scary for me too to just think that way. Just like, what the hell,
Yeah.
It is pretty scary. So, Eloise, you are a college student.
I am, yes.
You are. Are you in college for music?
No. Well, okay. So, it
was kind of a yes or no question, but
well, yeah, it could have been a straightforward yes or no,
Okay.
yeah. But last year I was at a school in Washington D.C. and then I transferred to be closer to home and to play more music. It wasn't the right environment for me to really cultivate what I wanted to do, and I was studying entertainment business, which is like the music business. So I was, kind of music-y there, but I wasn't learning, music theory and stuff like that. It was more like, artist contracts and stuff like that I think something I need a lot of help with. But anyways, and then I transferred, and at Salve Regina, that's not a major. So I'm minoring in music, and then I'm majoring in marketing, and I'm going to merge those two together.
excellent. So your answer
yeah,
to
a
me,
little
it didn't have to be a yes or no. It was,
No,
it was
it-
fine the way it was. It was like amazing.
Kind of open-ended.
Yeah, I like it.
So, yeah.
Okay, so that's what you're doing now. You're going to graduate college, all of that,
Yeah.
and hopefully your music career stays with you. 5-10 years down the road, where would you like to be?
5 years down the road, I would love to be like touring with a larger band as an opening act. I think that would be so cool to, just get the behind the scenes with a larger band, and then, as a smaller opener, I think that's like, that would be awesome. 10 years down the road, I don't know. I really don't know yet. I definitely, I've said this before, for this year, my goal this year is to start a band, which has started slowly but surely.
Great.
I don't really know what I'm doing yet, but I think that's sometimes the best way to learn. And yeah, I don't really know. 10 years down the road, as long as I'm still playing and still songwriting and I'm still connecting with people, I'll be fulfilled either way.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you play quite a bit around, and it's not just New England. You play in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island. So
I haven't played in New Jersey yet. I would love to. But yes, I just played in Connecticut a couple nights ago. And then I'm playing at the Park Theater in Hudson, New York in June, possibly September. We're working out the September date, so I'm very excited about that.
That's great.
Yeah, and then I've played a lot around Boston and Newburyport, just because it's my hometown. Hometown. You gotta start with the hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
And you do it all yourself. You chase the gigs, and you do the contracts and the negotiations and
50-50 with. Yeah, I do everything myself. I do. I made my own website. I have my own social medias I keep up with. I do all my music. All of everything like that. So it's a lot. I manage myself right now. But with the gigs, it's 50-50. Sometimes I'll reach out and I'm like, you know how it is. Hey, blah, 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 this is who I am. And then sometimes they'll reach out to me and invite you there. It just depends.
It's kind of exciting.
It is exciting.
What's the
yeah.
biggest crowd you played in front of?
It may have been the Seacoast Idol. It may have been.
Yeah, there's a couple hundred people there.
There was quite a few people there. It may have been.
And you looked
Yeah, it
very
might have
natural
been.
up there.
Thank you.
When
you.
when I was there. Do you get the pregame jitters or anything? Or
I do. For that, yeah. Because you're dealing with the crowd and then like the judges and then there's other people. So I was a little bit nervous, but once I start playing, I kind of just like fall into the moment. I think I struggle with that. Like when you're nervous, like sometimes you're not fully present, and then it takes a second, and then you fall back in, and that's when I feel like my most authentic side comes out. So yeah, I get the jitters, but
Yeah.
they go away once I start playing.
I think if you don't have them, because it means that you don't care anymore.
Exactly.
There's something
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
It's gonna give you like the, I don't know, the fuel to just start and just like,
Yeah.
It happens to everybody. Like, it happens to me all the time. Like, I had like panic attacks already. Like, sometimes it's just like
Yeah.
being, especially like weirdly not on bigger stage, just on smaller stage, because the proximity of people is just different.
I think sometimes the more intimate space, not saying this is really difficult, it's not, but sometimes the more intimate spaces can feel more intimidating because it's just so much more personal, so much more intimate than, playing to a larger crowd. So like I actually, for the Seacoast title, I think I was still a little nervous beforehand, but I was less nervous than some other gigs that I've done where I'm like, I remember one time when I was 16, I was at the Plum Island Grill when it was still there in Newburyport. I don't know what side it's on.
I
don't know. It's somewhere out there, Plum Island.
Yeah.
And I had like a full panic attack before, like crying. I was like, oh my God. And like, granted, there was like 10, 15 people there, but it just happens. I don't know.
It's wild as musicians how we go in our heads sometimes.
Yeah.
For nothing. Just like there's nothing to be scared about and stuff. It just like takes away the natural or the pleasure of it sometimes.
You don't have to
if
tell
it's
me.
too
I
much.
get nervous and speaking in front of people.
Yeah.
Like, no, for real.
Yeah.
You told me
Like
that.
this is my I like borderline panic attack. Like this is my safe zone. We can cut, we can edit. We got great people. Thanks again to WinCam and all the awesome people behind the curtains here to make us look good and sound good. But out in front of a live audience, it's a little nerve wracking.
Yeah, live is hard because, you have to say the right things. And that's something I'm still learning because I'm so young of like if I'm, I don't know, just, you really have to not watch what you say, but, speak clearly and get all the right words out. And sometimes I'll think back and I'm like, oh, I didn't say everything I wanted to, or I didn't express this. And it's like,
authenticity again save that because you don't think, you just be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the
exactly.
thing,
I like that. Don't think, just be. I'm gonna add that to my advice list.
Next song.
It's true.
Next song, right there.
Don't think, just be.
Collaborate.
Right, don't think, just be. It's just like,
Put me down as for credits and
credit 3 words.
whatever because I was here.
But it's one of the most scary things to do for a human being, is jumping in front of a crowd for doing what you do. But you have no choice because this is where you shine, this is what you do and stuff. So you have to, the best go through that and still do it, to just like face your fear. Like my 6-year-old daughter told my wife last year, Mama, I think it's time for you to start facing your fears. She was 5 years old.
She said that?
She said that.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, who are you again? But the truth come out the children's mouth, right? It's just like, it's so true. It's just if you go through this, you get better at it. And I don't know, you stay there, you learn from it, but you get better as an artist, The best goes through it. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. So, Eloise, before you go, we would love to hear another song. We can chat a little bit, and then unfortunately we got to say goodbye. But this is
this has been awesome.
And maybe we can sneak an extra song in. This is kind of off scripted, but maybe we can get someone to get up there and sing with you after you do this song.
I kind of like that.
No. All right.
No.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Next time, maybe. All right. So
Eloise Shaw. Make sure you follow her on all these social media platforms. She's Eloise Shaw Music and EloiseShawMusic.com. She's on all of these streaming platforms. And check out our friend Francois Samad and Musicians and Beyond also. Eloise.
So this one is called Lighthearted. And it's about realizing the path you're on isn't working for you and changing that path. And my favorite line is, there's never a right time, there's just right and wrong places. That it kind of embodies all the emotions in this song. Lighthearted, sometimes I wish I was lighthearted. I wish I read a little less into it, but that's not who I am. And nobody knows me like I do, throwing all these streets in my face, but I'd rather take the avenue. And I see it, I want it, crooked, just trying to bend. And with big dreams and outliers, no right way to say this. There's never a right time, just right and wrong places. So even in the city with a million souls, I felt lost and alone, 'cause that's just not my role. Am I falling apart? Or is this how we form? I'm saying goodbye to what I love, goodbye to what I trust, goodbye to the things that I can't seem to outrun. And I see it, I want it when I close my eyes, but even when they're open, I just can't deny it. I can't hide the feeling that I was made for more than the steps I've been told you need to move forward. Oh, I see it, I want it when I close my eyes, but even when they're open, I just can't deny it. I can't hide the feeling that I was made for more than the steps I've been told you need to move forward.
Eloise Shaw, formerly known as Eloise Kirkpatrick.
Yes.
Francois, what an incredible artist.
That's awesome.
She's got a great future.
I just like it. You know, I was thinking you don't knock at the when you don't need to. I don't know how to express it right now. It's like there's too many words at the same in the funnel. Your voice, you don't knock at the door before coming in. It just enters like a whisper, she just like, I don't know if you
Enters
say
smoothly.
It's smoothly.
Great
Sometimes you don't need to
transitions.
just like bang at the door to come in as an artist. Sometimes I feel like the smoothest way is like almost like.
Well, she almost sucks you into the song.
Exactly. But those are like really moments that you lived and you really like authentically again, talk about it. But it's just like, it's so smooth that your music enters our space.
I appreciate that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I'm so thankful for the friends in my life.
Yeah, me too.
You being one of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy, for coming
You
on
too. Yeah.
and helping us. And I like to think that our guest comes in as an acquaintance and leaves as a friend. So Eloise Shaw, formerly known as.
Yes.
Please reach out to us if you need anything and let us
Yes.
know when you're going to be playing. And check her out. If you can find out where she's going to be live, Eloise Shaw, she's amazing. And I want to thank you for coming in and being our friend.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm so happy about this.
Thank you.
And I will say just one last thing. We always give the chance to the last year participant to be a part of the new season. So just live, you're invited for this year if you want to be a part of it.
Okay.
That's what we do. Well, not when you won. Obviously, Tyler Lev from last year already won.
Yeah.
But we always invite the one that were there last year. So if you want to be a part of it, you're more than welcome to be on the roster this year. And for the other people who wants to be a part of Seacoast Idol, so you can send your videos at seacoastidoltalent@gmail.com. And the big news, July 22nd, we're going to be moving to a bigger venue at Surfside in Salisbury, right on the ocean front.
Oh, fun. Great.
It's a good
that
spot.
would be cool.
That's gonna be so
Yeah,
We
you
have
are
a big
out.
stage. We have like all the sound system and everything. That's gonna be a good time for everybody. So July 22nd we start. So videos need to be on by by June 22nd.
Yeah.
To,
You were outgrowing the space you had
Yes.
because it was getting getting so popular.
And there's like more like demand for the audience to be present, because like they feel the love and we feel the love from them, and I think this is important just to follow the parade. And here we are, like growing every year, and it's gonna be the 5th year. And we have amazing artists like Eloise that been a part of it, and
She is amazing.
yeah, we're trying to just like show the spotlight and give a platform again this year for the 5th anniversary. It's going to be
Fantastic.
bigger and bolder.
Eloise, do you got a hook? Eloise, thanks for coming in and being
Thank
our
you for
friend. It
having
was
me.
great.
This has been awesome. I really
You're the
appreciate
best.
it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you, man.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.